Roronoa Zoro and Sanji are two of the strongest pirates on Luffy's crew, and both of them are equally important for Luffy on his journey to becoming the Pirate King. Aside from Luffy, these two are the next strongest fighters in the crew, and now we have Jinbei and, spoilers alert, Yamato. Well, maybe, we don't know yet. Although they're on the same crew, they are often at odds with each other, and their fans are as well. Despite this, Zoro and Sanji understand each other very well and will lay down their lives for the crew. Each of them excel in certain things and aren't as good as they are in others. My name is Potentia1 Unleashed, and here are 5 things Zoro does better than Sanji, and 5 Sanji does better than Zoro. Zoro, fighting women. Roronoa Zoro has proven time and time again he isn't scared of hurting women if they stand in his path. At Punk House, Zoro fought against Monet and sliced her in half with his sword, despite her being sure Zoro wouldn't harm her. Sanji, on the other hand, actively avoids hurting women because that's what his father figure Zeph taught him. According to Sanji, he would never do anything that brings Zeph any shame, and fighting women is absolutely out of the question, no matter what is at stake. And for me, this is kind of why Sanji is a lower character, because he could have had some dope fights. He would just kick a dang woman. Sanji, melee combat. Sanji is one of the strongest fighters in the Straw Hat Pirates, along with Luffy, Zoro, and Jinbei. He specializes in melee combat. Under Red Leg Zeph, Sanji has learned to fight with his legs efficiently and developed a fighting style known as the Black Leg style, where he's even been able to add the Diablo Jamba, which is a flame as hot as the devil, infused with his attacks. Unique to Sanji, this fighting style lets him battle against even the toughest of opponents without having to rely on weapons, unlike Zoro, who is heavily reliant on his 3 swords and the Wada Ichimonji, Enma, and the Sedaketsu when it comes to fighting against stronger enemies. Zoro, using swords. Roronoa Zoro is a master swordsman, as he studied this art for years. As a child, Zoro trained under Koshiro until he became worthy of acquiring the Wada Ichimonji. Years later, he found himself training in this art under the strongest swordsman in the world, Dracula Mihawk, to better assist Luffy on his journey to becoming the Pirate King. Zoro has grown tremendously stronger than before. Sanji possesses some skill with the sword as well, as seen when Judge forced this skill into him as a child. However, the difference between the two when it comes to using swords is staggering. Furthermore, Sanji prefers not to use his hands in combat, so he actively avoids using any weapons. Sanji, tactics. You don't have to be stronger than your opponent to win in every battle. Sometimes outsmarting goes a long way, and that's exactly what Sanji does in times of grave danger. Over the course of the series, Sanji has repeatedly saved the Straw Hat crew from trouble, thanks to his tactical thinking. For example, Little Garden, Alabasta, Skypiea, and Enies Lobby, and we have some stuff for Wano, but not going to spoil it for non-manga readers. Sanji has proven that his high intelligence yields results. Zoro, while not being dumb, isn't smart enough to think of similar plans to make his enemies falter in their path, and when he does, he usually fails at it, as seen when he tried to trick Braham during the Skypiea arcs. Zoro's specialty is outsmarting his opponent in battle, rather than thinking ahead and planning. Zoro, power. Zoro's intense training in the ways of the sword has produced great results. Not only does he get closer to the goal of beating Dracula Mihawk, but he also improves his skills drastically. For Zoro, strength is likely the most important factor of his swordplay, since he rarely relies on technique. According to Mihawk, Zoro's swordplay isn't graceful at all, and rather ferocious. Over time, Zoro has gained immense raw power, which Sanji can't best at all. That's not to say Sanji is weak when it comes to power, he just isn't as good as Zoro when it comes to strength. Sanji, speed. Just as Zoro specializes in power, Sanji focuses more on speed. In fact, Sanji is one of the fastest in the entire crew. In a 50-meter sprint, Oda stated that Sanji lost the race to only that of Brook. Sanji's speed is such that even the experienced fighters such as the likes of Charlotte Oven struggle to keep track of him. In water, he makes use of his blue walk move to move faster than Fishman, which is an insane feat. Zoro, on the other hand, isn't as fast as Sanji, as he relies more on power. In terms of speed, Sanji is head and shoulders above the green-haired swordsman, Zoro. Armament Haki. Zoro was taught how to use armament Haki by none other than Dracula Mihawk during the 2-year time skip. Over time, he's gained proficiency in using the skill. In the clash against Pika, Zoro proved that his armament Haki was way above Pika's, and when compared to Sanji, it's likely going to be better as well. Oda claims that Zoro specializes in armament Haki, so it's likely that he's better at using this form of Haki in comparison to Sanji. Sanji, observation Haki. Now, while Zoro specializes in armament Haki, you can't have both. Sanji is a much better observation Haki specialist. Contrary to popular belief, there are lots of feats that back this up, such as Sanji being able to hear Tashiki's tear fall from miles away in Punk Hazard, him knowing Viola was lying about betraying him. He also realizes Pudding's true nature and dodge Katakuri's jelly bean, despite him being able to see into the future. Zoro, while being a decent user of observation Haki, simply pales in comparison to Sanji in this skill. Zoro, long-range combat. When it comes to versatility while fighting, Zoro seems to have the slight edge over Sanji as he can fight at short range and long range. When at a distance, Zoro can send flying slashes at enemies, which prove to be absolutely lethal when they connect. In short range combat, Zoro is equally as good. Sanji is more of a close quarters fighter, and he doesn't really possess any skill that allows him to fight opponents from a distance. Therefore, Zoro clearly bests Sanji in this aspect of fighting without a doubt. Which is kind of ironic because you think if you have swords, you'd have less effect the further you are, but Zoro is just that dude. Sanji, stealth. One of Sanji's main advantages has always been that he's quick, silent, like an assassin. This is likely due to him being a part of the family of assassins in the North Blue known as the Bin Smoke family. Furthermore, Sanji's raid suit gives him the ability to turn completely invisible and increases his speed drastically. Every user of observation Haki don't seem to know how and when he hits them, which is a huge boost to him when it comes to dealing with stronger opponents. Zoro, on the other hand, wouldn't be able to pull out stealth because that's just not his style. But alrighty everybody, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss out on a video. I really appreciate it. And also make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. They'll be in the description below if you guys want to ever message me outside of YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.